So what exactly is going on in the brain when somebody has OCD? So what is represented here is the CSTC circuit, corticostriatal thalamocortical circuit. Let's call it CSTC. So which of these brain regions are implicated in OCD and what's going on with them? So the orbitofrontal cortex, OFC, that's involved in learning, decision making, and it is hyperactive in OCD. It is constantly sending alarms down to the anterior cingulate cortex that there's something off and there's something that needs to be done. Now, the anterior cingulate cortex is responsible also for decision making, emotional regulation. It kind of helps make sense of the signals that the orbitofrontal cortex is sending. And in OCD, the anterior cingulate cortex is dysfunctional. It has no regulation of the signals that the orbitofrontal cortex sends it. OFC says, did we lock the door? ACC is like, yep, let's go check. Over and over and over again. Are our hands clean? No, there's something wrong going on. The ACC is like, yep, no problem. And what ends up happening is the hyperactivity in the OFC and the ACC build stronger and stronger connections between them. OCD is one of those things that gets worse if it's untreated. Because the connection, that feedback loop, the more it happens, the more it gets stronger. Neurons that fire together wire together. Now, the thalamus is a place that's deep in the brain. It plays a role in relaying and processing sensory and motor data. And there's also dysfunction in the thalamus in how the brain and our emotions and our perceptions react to obsessions and compulsions. Now, one thing that's not shown in this picture here is the DLPFC, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And in OCD, it is underactive. Now, there's so much going on here. How do SSRIs treat this? What brain studies, functional MRIs show with OCD in patients who are on high-dose SSRIs is that connection between the OFC and the ACC, that strong feedback loop that reinforces OCD behavior, it starts getting broken up. That connection, that feedback loop starts getting weaker with high-dose SSRIs and exposure and response therapy. I feel very strongly about OCD and treatment for OCD because it is one of those illnesses that is a purely biological illness. And it has a treatment. High-dose SSRIs that you could tolerate for a number of years have shown to extinguish these kind of obsessions and compulsions. And the sooner you start treatment, the sooner you can get off of treatment. Please let me know if you have any other questions below.